The students started to walk around to see if there were any other options to scale the mountain, or if they could see the shelter from the edges of the mountain. "Maybe it's best if we just head back down. Going up the mountain might be more dangerous than roaming around down there," Layla said. "I agree, but also it doesn't look like Dell knows what he's doing," Vorden replied. Dell was currently just standing in the middle, looking up at the mountain to his right and down the sloped path from where they had come from. In the middle of their exploration, though, 3 clear and distinctive dings were suddenly heard. The students all turned to where the sound came from, as it indicated that a beast had been discovered by the scanner. But looking at the student whose scanner went off, it looked like there was nothing, even around him. "What did you discover?" Dell said as he walked over to the student. The student pointed at a purple blade of grass on the floor. While walking up the slope, there were patches of grass here and there. Most of the grass was green in color, but once in a while they could see some stalks of purple grass colored. Nearly all of the students decided to ignore it, as it seemed like an odd thing with nothing strange about it. But when they started getting bored in their exploration, this particular student decided to give it a scan anyway to relieve some of his boredom. But to his surprise, the scanner said he wasn't holding a plant, but a beast. When Dell snatched the scanner from the student, a dark expression appeared on his face. "An intermediate beast, this little thing? How can that be possible?" The purple shade of grass was the same size as all the other pieces of grass. It seemed impossible for there to be a beast crystal inside. The students were not actively looking at the grass around them, but now they noticed that there were a few single strands of purple grass every so often from the grasses surrounding them. A few drops of water from the sky started to land on the ground and onto the faces of the students. "Is it going to rain?" Layla asked. "That's just great. We might have to try to find some cover." But Quinn was interested in the beast. If it was another new type and he found a way to defeat it before anyone else, he would gain a large amount of EXP once again. He bent down and looked closer at the blade of grass. "Inspect. Intermediate beast. Dumping bait beast. The top of the beast's head can often seem like a blade of grass, while most of its body remained underground. The beast cannot move, but when the rain comes it will sprout from underneath." After reading the message, it started raining heavily. Just like with the boulder snails from before, it seemed that the beast was also active in the rain, and right now they were experiencing their first bit of rain since coming to the place. Quinn immediately started to look around him and noticed many of the students were looking at the purple blade of grass. There were nearly as many blades of grass as the students. In a way, it seemed that a small army of intermediate beasts was about to pop out from under the ground. Perhaps this would be even more troublesome than the advanced tier beasts. As a single raindrop fell on the purple shade of grass, it suddenly shook, and the ground started to vibrate as well. "What the hell is going on here?" Vex said. "Guys, get away from the purple grass," Quinn shouted to his teammates. "Let's head back down the slope." As Quinn said these words, a 2-meter-tall purple plant appeared behind him. Its body was as thick as a tree, and its head was as wide as a car. On top of its head was the strand of grass that could barely be seen on top of the giant plant-like beast. "Quinn!" Layla shouted as a plant dived down. But it was too late. The large plant had swallowed Quinn. Chaos erupted on the side slope of the mountain once the raindrops touched the top of the beast's head. It had sent them a signal informing them to rise to the surface. The beast was tall and wide, and to top it off, they were fast and nimble as well. Most of the students were still tired from the fight with the advanced-tiered beast earlier. Most of their MC cells were used, and they hadn't had enough time to recover. Their instinct told them to run, seeing the beasts rising from underneath the ground. However, the beasts were too fast. As if it was a snake, the plants opened their mouths wide and sometimes consumed more than one student at a time, and one of these students was Quinn. "We have to get him out of there," Vorden shouted as he looked around at the other students. "Damn it, why isn't there someone with high-level abilities in this class?" Dell's class was considered one of the weakest classes, and they had gotten significantly weaker after Aaron had left. Vorden was hoping at one point he could come across one of the other classes and copy one of their abilities. One of the downsides to Vorden's ability was the fact that he would have to wait 24 hours before storing a new ability. At most, with the help of Rayton and Syl, he could store 3 at a time. Because of this, Vorden was cautious about whose ability he copied. Right now, it didn't seem like anyone's ability was doing well against the plants. "He's already dead. Let's just get out of here," Sia complained. "No, he's not dead," Peter replied. "I can tell." Although Sia had no clue what Peter meant by this, the others realized that there must be some type of link between the two. That could also be the explanation as to why Peter wasn't going mad right now after witnessing Quinn's death. "I'll go get him," Fex said. The others were surprised by his words. They knew Quinn and Fex weren't close enough, but obviously from Fex's words. He was genuinely concerned about Quinn. But the question was, when did the two of them become so close? But Fex could tell the seriousness of the situation. He was the only one along with Quinn who hadn't done much during the fight against the advanced tier beast, so he had plenty of energy. Fex ran and leaped up into the air, but in the blink of an eye, the plant swayed its large body to the side and struck Fex at an incredible speed, who was still in midair, slamming him back to the side of the mountain. Maybe jumping straight forward wasn't such a good idea. The pain wreaking havoc on Fex's body wasn't too bad, but he was still a little dazed. After he pulled himself together, he saw the plant coming towards him across the floor with its mouth wide open. When he finally managed to get up, the plant was already coming for him, streaking across the floor with its mouth wide open, ready to devour him. There was no panic on Fex's face, just a slight smile. "Eat me then, you piece of—" Then he was gone, swallowed by the beast plant. It lifted its whole body and raised its head, making sure that whatever it managed to consume would go straight down. The others stayed there watching the plant for a few seconds, hoping that Fex had some sort of plan. There was a lot of popular news established by media centers about some miraculous escape after being swallowed by a beast. It was reported that those people killed their way out of the beast's body, but after watching for a while and seeing no result, the situation couldn't be more obvious. "Run!" Vorden shouted. "That's all we can do. If Peter says Quinn is safe, then we just have to believe him." Vorden, along with Layla, was the first to take their advice. Layla was a little behind Vorden, so she had a head start. Seeing this, Vorden decided he didn't have time to be picky about what abilities he had. If he touched Layla, then at least he would have something to protect himself while fighting. Thinking about this, he ran faster, straight for Layla. He then reached out and grabbed her hand. "Hey, what are you doing?" Layla complained, but she quickly stopped complaining as another beast plant headed straight for the two of them. She held out her hand, hoping to slow it down a little bit. As Vorden turned, he threw one of the spirit spears, and it pierced straight through the beast's head. But it wasn't enough, and the beast was quick to retaliate, swallowing the two in an instant. "What are you doing?" Sia shouted. She too had rushed off, hoping to run away, but she quickly stopped as she noticed there were also several plants behind them.
Hi, Quinn here. Wondering what happens next? If you want to jump the queue and unleash all episodes, click on the link here and install the Pocket FM app.